Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are going through all of the Whisper of the Old Gods expansion cards. So I've gone through the neutral cards, the druid cards, the hunter cards, the mage cards, the paladin cards, the priest cards, the rogue cards, the shaman cards, the warlock cards, and I only have the warrior cards left. So then I will be done, and then the only thing I will do in a couple days is open 100 packs with gold, which is something I can't do quite yet. So to see them, you have to be in crafting mode to see the cards, and then you click here for the old gods. And then I like to click this just to make sure, even though there aren't any uncraftable cards really, because they're all gonna be craftable. But I want to just double check in case I don't miss anything. The first warrior card we have to look at is a spell for 1 mana, Blood to Ichor or Ichor. Deal 1 damage to a minion, and if it survives, summon a 2/2 slime. Interesting. I think this is a fine card, but you could only play it on the second turn, really. First turn you wouldn't have a minion to do damage to, but it's pretty decent. It's maybe like a 3/2 slime. Uh, Odd that there isn't a card here that's for 0 mana that would do something for spending all your mana. There are several other cards in the other classes that were like that, and they ran about 50-50 whether they were good cards or bad cards in my opinion. Next card we have for the warrior though is a 1 mana, 1 attack, 1 health pirate named Inzos First Mate. He has a battle cry to equip a 1/3 rusty hook, which I assume is a weapon because it says equip. I think he's a good card. I have no clue why he's a pirate. I mean, why he's a warrior card. Because I've never even considered doing a pirate deck under warrior, and that's weird. Overall though, even ignoring the fact that it's a pirate, a 1 mana, 1 attack, 1 health that gives you also a 1/3 weapon is super powerful. Gives you some options at least. Next card we have is a 3 mana spell called Blood Warriors. Add a copy of each damaged friendly minion to your hand. So the warrior has some spells that does like 1 damage to everybody. You could do that spell and then get a copy of every card and then have a lot of extras for 3 mana. Is that really helpful? I can't really see immediately how it would be, but it might be. So I would say consider using that one, but you're going to have a very specialized deck for it to be useful. Next card we have is a 3 mana, 3 attack, 4 health pirate called the Bloodsail Cultist. It has a battle cry: if you control a pirate, give your weapon +1/+1. Well, with 2 pirates, I'm starting to think about doing a pirate deck on the warrior. This is the only character that's even slightly suggested that you might want to do a pirate deck, although we saw some other pirates in other places, and not this many this early. Next card we have is a 3 mana, 3 attack, 3 health creature called the Ravaging Ghoul. Battlecry: deal 1 damage to all other minions. So there's a card that would certainly work with something like this, although I'm still not sure what this is for. There are some cards, a lot of enrage cards in the warrior deck, so you would give them 1 damage and then they'd get a lot more attack. Overall, this is a great card for the warrior deck, though I definitely will be playing Ravaging Ghoul. Next card we have is a 4 mana, 2 attack, 6 health, Bloodhoof Brave. It has taunt and an enrage of +3 attack. So here's a card that would also work with this. This gets played to deal 1 damage. This one takes 1 damage and becomes enraged. Then you have a 5/5 for 4 taunt. That's pretty good. Without it being enraged, it's kind of bad. It's kind of low. So maybe play it, but play it with strategy. Don't just have it in your deck for no reason. Next card we have is a 5 mana, 2 attack, 2 durability weapon. As you can see from the different design, called the Tentacles for Arms. That's an interesting weapon, but for this Whispers of the Old Gods expansion, it's definitely fitting with the theme, and I'm glad it's there. It has a death rattle to return this to your hand. Interesting. Well, it's incredibly expensive, but I like it. I like that it exists. Unfortunately, I'd just never play it. It's way too expensive. If it was a 4 or a 3, maybe. 5 is way too high. Next card we have is a 7 mana, 6 attack, 6 health creature called the Ancient Shield Bearer. It has a battle cry: if your Cthulhu has at least 10 attack, gain 10 armor. Well, that's better than the card that said if your Cthulhu has more than 10 attack, gain 8 health. I would definitely play this card. It's only like 1 mana more expensive than I would expect. Plus you have this opportunity where you gain 10 armor. So I would have that one in the deck. Then finally we have the 7 mana, 6 attack, 5 health creature, the Malkorok. It has a battle cry to equip a random weapon. I think I'd play this card. I mean, it gives you a random weapon, and it's only a couple below what it should be. So, yeah, I'd give it a try at least. Anywho, that's the warrior thing. I'm not gonna overall really wrap up these cards. There's definitely some interesting ones, and a lot of ones that feel like they were just kind of replacements of Goblins versus Gnomes cards in the neutral set, and then some that just don't make sense to me yet. So now, before I've even played with any of these cards, would be the wrong time to give a judgment on them, but I will say I am excited with it. So next video I will make for Hearthstone, that will be a special Whisper of the Old Gods video, is I have over 100 packs worth of gold here. Actually, I could buy probably 109, maybe even 110 packs by the time they're available. But I'm only going to buy 100 packs of the Whispers of Old Gods. There was different ways you could have done this. I could have bought 50 of this and then 50 classics, or I could have bought 50 Whispers of the Old Gods and 50 Grand Tournaments, or even 50 Goblins vs. Gnomes packs and 50 Whispers of the Old Gods. But in the end, I decided I will just get 100 of the Whispers of the Old Gods. So we'll stretch our money out and see if we can get almost every single card. It would be really nice to do that. Remember, this is probably the last of your last chances to buy Goblins vs. Gnomes cards, which means you're going to have to use Dust if you want to play these cards in Wild mode. They're getting banned in Standard play. And this is your last chance for sure to get Curse of Nyxramas. So you can either purchase it from this interface for real money, or you can go over here to Solo Adventures, click on Normal, and if you haven't purchased the first wing, there should be a button here that says Purchase, and you can spend 700 gold to get that first wing. And that's all you need, because once you have the first wing, you can then take your time to spend 700 gold to get the rest of the wings. So I'd highly recommend get Curse of Nyxxramus, get as many Goblins vs. Gnomes cards as you want. And I'd also recommend that everybody get some sleep, because it is really, really late and really, really silly, and I hope that Hearthstone and Blizzard never does this again, releasing things at midnight. It's crazy, it's too much work, and it's too much videos. Uh, as always, I ask you to like this video, share it with your friends, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos because that helps me with YouTube. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page is a playlist tab. You can click that and see one of the many, many other video games I've covered. It's not all Hearthstone on this channel. In fact, it's barely Hearthstone on this channel, some might argue. And then finally down below I have all links to all my social media sites, so friend and follow me on Blizzard, on battle.net, friend me on Steam, friend and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Tumblr, all of that. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much as I'm getting sleepier and sleepier. And have a good evening. This is the last one for tonight. Bye.